Hello YouTube, this is MT Shark 7 here. And with me again, I have my lovely assistant who trying to drink my soda. Hello. Can you have that? Thank you. Oh, alright, you can hold on to it. And this is my first video request for Chad's 100th Game Grabs. And I don't know exactly what I'm responding. Well, so I know sort of what I'm responding to, but I think I twisted it up differently. It's basically just I'm gonna say talk about 5 obscure games for different consoles that definitely got no love pretty much, but were excellent games, and they may have been hated on. We'll get into that a little bit. So I just picked 5. I think you can do, Chad was like, well, you can do as many as you want. So, me personally, I just picked 5. So, yeah, let's get started, shall we? Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay, well, let's get started. First up on my list is for Sega Saturn. I'm going to talk about Power Slave. And I just picked this up. And I remember looking at reviews on GamePro way back in the day about this game, and it's really obscure. It's like a first-person shooter. I don't know if you can see that. And it's set back in Egypt times, or Egyptian times. And it's really a neat game, and it's cool. You can go back to levels you already beat. There's different paths you can take, and I was playing this on the Saturn, and I know some Saturn games, I think it's maybe Quake, it's a little choppy, but it's good, but the controls aren't really all that, at least for me anyway, but, oh, excuse me, but the controls in this are amazing. It's as smooth as butter, and it's a first-person shooter, and you're just using the old D-pad. I'm so used to now where the left thumbstick moves and the right thumbstick aims the camera around. This is old school right here, but yeah, it works perfectly. Moving around is no problem. Getting the enemies. The enemies are really weird in the game, and I'm gonna a little backstory, sort of backstory. Hello, I'm talking. And what was it? I was telling him I picked this up, and I text Chad. I'm like, oh yeah, have you played? I picked up Power Slave, and he thought I was talking about Slave Zero, I think, for the Dreamcast, which I think is a totally different game. It's not even a first-person shooter. And what was I saying? And yeah, he was like, yeah, you should do a video response to my video, and I haven't seen his Game Grabs 100 yet, so I got confused. I'm like, yeah, are you doing another video besides the Game Grabs that I still have to watch? But then I watched Game Grabs, and then I was like, oh, you're talking about a video response for that. And ironically, he was like, yeah, you should do, this is a very unpopular game that's really good for the Sega Saturn. And he went on and said mostly cheap games that are underrated. I mean, this game was sort of pricey, but you can, I didn't know, but you can actually get it for, hey, you can actually get it for the PlayStation. And but the backstory behind this game, I think, was supposed to be a Sega exclusive, but then 6 months later it came out with I'm gonna put this down. It came out for the PlayStation 6 months later, and the PlayStation version of here is garbage, which I would like to pick up to try and see why is it bad and what's better about it. I imagine maybe load times or scrolling, which load times in that are actually pretty decent. It's not that bad at all. You are shaking up my soda. It's gonna be flat, you know. Oh, gosh. Oh, I guess there you go. I don't have to get you anything for your birthday. You can play with that all day. Oh, you're so silly. So yeah, that's that one. Next up is Way of the Warrior for the 3DO. Now, a lot of people talk crap about this game, like they say, oh, it's horrible, it's choppy, yada yada yada, but personally, I love this game. This game is freaking awesome. Like, it has the soundtrack by White Zombie, like, what's not to like? And, like, it's really, like, gory. Oh, you shouldn't be seeing that. But, yeah, this game's really good. It's definitely a good game. And I'm not sure. I think this came out either before or right around the same time Mortal Kombat came out. And, of course, this one, I think, is a lot more violent than Mortal Kombat. And yet, Mortal Kombat was the one that got everyone up in a stir back in the early 90s about violent video games. But, yeah, so definitely check that out. What are the Warriors in? It varies. It can be cheap, but I don't know. Right now, I'm on a 3DO kick right now, and games on 3DO on eBay are astronomical. Like, it's ridiculous how much people want for these games. It's ungodly. I'm just gonna go to LA next week and try to see if I can pick up some 3DO games there for cheap. And next up, oh yeah, I'll talk about the one I can't show last. Next up is Hotel Mario for the CDI. Now this game too is notorious for getting crap. It's mostly with Angry Video Game Nerd's review of it. But I don't know, to be honest, this game is like kind of weird. Like, all you have to do, you basically just shut these doors the whole time. And it's kind of like a really weird, like, OCD type game. Like, especially me, like, I know these cabinets back here, my girlfriend leaves these open all the time, and I'm just, like, shutting them with my crazy OCD, so kind of relates to that. So I guess if you have OCD, you might like the game. I don't know. But this one's sort of pricey with CDI. It's like, I don't know, it always varies in price. Sometimes it's super expensive. Other times it's like dirt cheap, like no one cares about it. So this is like really, I don't know, it's not, definitely not no, what is it, Link's Adventure? Link's Adventure? Or Zelda Adventure? That's super expensive. So there's that one. And then next up we have, this I recently got, is Hot Pixel for the PSP. Now this game is, I just picked it up because I had no idea what it was about. It has like basically a bunch of mini games. I don't know if you can see that, probably not. I guess look up screenshots on Google or something. Excuse me, but this game is basically like, are you serious? It's like WarioWare for the PSP. So you just do like goofy mini games and then you have a boss at the end. So it's kind of like goofy like that. And like this one you punch like the walk sign and you basically fight the guy, which is kind of silly. This one you have to race. There's like other goofy nonsense, massaging someone's back. Very obscure and goofy, but it's very fun to play. And the last one I don't have because it's packed away and I don't feel like getting it is Deadly Premonition for the Xbox 360. So I just pretend that I show it here. I don't know. I don't do any video editing, so I can't like take a little crappy JPEG and put it here. So sorry, that's the quality you get from these videos. I mean, I wrote everything down, of course. And that game, story behind that, like, it's just kind of funny. Way back before when I was looking for a job, I was still unemployed, right out of college. Me and my friend were like battling with trying to get the most gamer score on Xbox Live. And he was like unemployed too, and hey. Here. Don't hit your head. Oh, you're so silly. So anyway, what was I? Oh yeah. So we were like battling on Gamerscore. And I don't know if GameStop still does this, but they had the thing where you can like, is guaranteed. The game's guaranteed for a week. So if you beat it, like, if you're unemployed, obviously you can play it all the whole time and return it and get another game within a week. So I was looking around, like I knew he did like the CSI games. I think are really easy to get like all the achievements in. Excuse me. And so I saw Deadly Premonition. Like I was like, oh wow, this game like it's like covers all like weird and like horrific. I think like person has like blood coming out of their eye or something. Excuse me. But yeah, so I picked that up. I was like, oh, let me try this. I'll try and probably beat it within a week. I like barely touched it. It was like I started. I was like, oh my god, the graphics in this game like are horrible. Like it's like Dreamcast graphics on the 360, and the controls were kind of wonky, and it was like there was glitches. And I actually stopped playing it. Of course, I passed the week, so I never returned it. So obviously, I was stuck with it. So then, like a couple months, I like pick it up again. I only beat the first level, and I'm like, all right, let me pick it up again. And then I just like I got hooked on it. Like it's kind of weird. Like the horribleness of the graphics and everything kind of give it like a weird charm to where like the game is awesome. It's like incredible. Like you end up loving the character. You like the story is actually great. I'm not picking that up. I'm sorry. No, don't give me that sad face. You're the one that dropped it, not me. So anyway, so yeah, so we picked. What? Oh, here. Here. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So yeah, like it's really good, and what was I saying? It's kind of, I guess I haven't played it yet, but I think it sort of compares to Alan Wake in the sense that when you continue the game, it says it's kind of like hello, I'm almost done the video. Can you? Oh my gosh. What? You really want me to get my soda bottle for you? Oh my god. Can you wait? I'm almost done. Oh my god, you're gonna break it. Anyway. So yeah, it's kind of like the sense where you continue and it's like, oh, previously on Deadly Premonition, it goes through like a little thing, like kind of like when you watch like CSI or whatever, and they have a part 2 of any sitcom or whatever. And yeah, so it's kind of like that, and like so you end up like falling in love with the characters, and it's a really good game. They actually ported it for PS3, which I haven't tried the PS3 version. I know obviously they upped the graphics, which might that sounds kind of weird, but it might take away from the whole fun factor and like enjoyment of it. I don't know, I haven't checked it out. I was thinking about checking it out, but I have so many games for PS3, it's like ungodly. But yeah, I'm going to stop this video now. I mean, I guess if you have any video responses, Chads, I guess link them in the description or what have you. If you have any comments, leave a comment or whatever. You think, go tell Mary and Warrior stuff. Oh, I guess, whatever, everyone likes certain games, I don't know, that's what I like, and I find it enjoyable. But, I find out what her problem is, and this Empty Shark 7, and signing out. Have a good day. Ugh.